Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride the one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride the one-horse open sleigh. Dzwonki cały czas. Jednym koniem o partyzanki jeździ się to spas. Dzwonki cały czas. Jednym koniem o partyzanki jeździ się to spas. Na zdrowie! Ring the glocken, ring the immer zu. Ach, was was ist zu vorne, ein Pferd auf einen Schlitten. Hey! Ring the glocken, ring the immer zu. Jawohl, was was ist zu vorne, ein Pferd auf einen Schlitten. Sit and jump, start the opening. Yeah, let's go hooing guy. Hey! Sit and jump, start the opening. Yeah, let's go hooing guy. Klingen den Glocken, klingen den ganzen Weg. Euer Spaß ist es, not für die Schlitten zu fahren. Hey! Ringen wir Glocken, ring gladly the whole day, please. Oi, what glad we are having riding in the one-horse sleigh, open. Come up, Pasquale, geometry, aga. But if I think about all, come on, Frankie, gully up on some Frankie. Hey! Come up, Pasquale, geometry, aga. But if I think about all, come on, Frankie, gully up on some Frankie.
You can plan on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents on the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light beams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dream. Christmas Eve will find me.
Well, a good Friday evening, everyone. I'm Scott, welcoming you back into the old Curiosity Shop. And it's Friday night, Christmas in July, Christmas in September. And I better hurry up, or 'cause it's almost going to be October. Well, I have spread out the kitchen counter with a bunch of vintage items from Christmas past, and I know some of you are already pointing and, oh, we had that, and I remember this, and I remember that. And that's one of the things that Christmas conjures up, a warm feeling of days gone by. And I know not everyone has wonderful memories of Christmas time. And even if yours are maybe bittersweet, I still hope you'll take some comfort in looking at these old things. And I don't care whether you buy anything or not. I want you to just forget the news, forget the cable TV, forget what's going on in the world just for 10, 15 minutes. And let's just look at some pretty things that were made in this country and in other countries around the world. And remember, maybe a time that was a little sweeter. Okay, but there's always hope for the future, so let's not forget that either. I'm an optimistic person. We're going to be okay. We really are. We're going to be okay. All right, that's enough of that. Let's get into it. Now, I better tell you this. You're going to get mad at me. But with some family obligations this week, it's not listed yet, and I told you it would be, but I'm working on it. So it's Friday. The video is up. You may see some of these things pop into the Old Curiosity Shop tonight, but if not, certainly by sundown on Saturday, everything you see here will be listed and for sale in the Old Curiosity Shop. That's my eBay store, and you can find the link to the shop in the description box below. Now, I need some help. What is this crystal set here for? This just is screaming Christmas time to me. It's so beautiful. But I don't know what it's for. I don't know if this was for some type of alcoholic libation or if it was, well, I don't know. I can't imagine putting anything hot in it. But I've never seen little cups that have saucers on them. So was it for dessert wine? So that after you had too much plum pudding, you could sit back in the recliner with your German Riesling? And if you spilled a little bit, that was okay? I just don't know. But it's beautiful glass. I don't know whether it's crystal or not. And it's all gilded. I don't know how old the set is. But I couldn't resist it when I saw it. So I am not going to list this until somebody tells me exactly what it is. Okay? You got to know for sure. Because I'm clueless. But maybe some type of after dinner wine. But isn't that pretty? I would drink eggnog out of that with a little cinnamon on top at Christmas time. These things back here are something else. Strange faces. There's the big guy and the two little ones. I'm going to sell them all together in one auction. And let's see. They have dates on them, I think, of 1979. One has a date of the late 60s. I guess I should tell you who made these. The faces are a little strange. So it's Anna Lee Mobilite Dolls, Meredith, New Hampshire. That one says 1963 on it. Anna Lee M-O-B-I Mobilite, I guess. And anyway, that one says copyright 1963 on it. The other ones say 1979, but they all have the same costume on, so I'm confused. But they're all for sale. Now this one has its original price tag on it. And this is from Josie for Xmas, 1979. To Dean. I guess Dean didn't think very highly of this gift. But Josie, you left the Bamberger's price tag on it, and you paid $17.50 for this thing back in 1979. Bamberger's, that's a department store. I don't even know if Bamberger's is still in business here in the Delaware Valley. 4 mugs there by Corning. I love them. I think they're sometime in the 1970s. And, you know, you're not going to believe me, but I promise you it's true. When I set this guy down, I did not stick his hand into the handle of that mug. It just slipped right in, and I left him there. So there are the 4 mugs. And then this is a rubberized tree topper, and she's plugged in back there, you can see, and works just fine. And then somebody put a light bulb in that was a little too bright. She's got a little burn mark on her back, but we'll just call that a birthmark. There's the light bulb down below. And if she's too bright, you take that bright bulb out and put something in, put a colored light bulb in to tone her down a little bit. And then here's a beautiful creche. You know, these were usually made in Germany or Italy. And I don't remember, well, they were made in Japan too. This one is probably Italian. I like it a lot. I love the way they just sort of splattered the paint on the back to give the effect of stars. And everybody's there. Mary, Joseph, the three kings, and all the sheep and cattle, and baby Jesus. And that is the reason that we celebrate Christmas, the birth of Christ. I love the expressions on everybody. And this one is in really good shape. It does have a place up here to put a light bulb. Okay. And everybody's glued in place, so you can't move the folks around. Here's an old, probably from the 30s, Christmas candle. Just one, with a molded base there of some type of a plastic or Bakelite or early plastic. Old cord, which is still just fine, and here's the old plug right up there. Now, you don't get the light bulb cover. I had to put that on there because the bulb that I have is too bright. But the old chandelier light bulb cover is not included in the auction. You just get the one single candle and its original box. Or a original box. We notice that the base doesn't match what we see here, but if your family is like mine, things were passed down in the family, put in boxes and tucked away in the attic, and things didn't always get back in their original box. But it's a wonderful box here with the Christmas candle, and I love the 25 cents right there on the sparkly sticker that's on the top. So just fun to display. Look, if you live in a place without windows, I hope you have windows, but if you don't have too many, hey, there's one candle that's really sweet. Now these two I'm going to go ahead and sell together because I have two of them. I should split them up, but I decided, hey, if somebody has this pattern at Christmas time, two is better than none. So you've got people coming in, you're going to need two of these pedestals for all of your fancy Christmas cookies. And these are made by Lefton or Uncago, I think. Oh gosh. All right, bird, are you going to stay in place? Let's hope the partridge doesn't. He's busy pecking away. He's going to be disappointed there's nothing on that plate. Japanese ceramics. Okay, so now, so you're going to get both of these pedestals together. I'm going to unscrew them so they can go down in one box. Shipping will be a little cheaper. Now let's see, while we're looking at this 1970s partridge, very 70s, isn't he? Or 60s? Or she. Now that partridge is made in Japan, and it's going to be paired, I think I've got it paired in one auction with these three. So we're going to have the partridge, this little Santa, and then this one here who has apparently Santa was either he overslept and got dressed in a hurry, or he had a very busy night because he's lost one of his boots, and so his little pipe cleaner foot needs a boot. So crafters, get busy. So all these three are going together. Now I'll turn them all upside down. These three are going together. I had this listed a long time ago and I thought it was cracked, but it's not cracked. It was a string of wax that I had to sort of scrape off. And it's Lefton in the little holly pattern, just one little candle. I think I burnt this down. You can have that if you want it. And an old-fashioned Christmas tree cookie cutter. And another vintage Santa with purple pants. Yeah, and he's got pipe cleaner, and his beard is a little dirty. He looks like he's been smoking. He's got some nicotine and some dirt down in there, but you have to pick that out. Little bottle brush tree, probably a made in Japan 50s, 60s thing. So these little three are going to be grouped together. There's a cute little, probably 1960s tray. Serve your cookies on. And then anybody from the Philadelphia area knows Plantation Dainties. My favorite was that fish, and that's supposed to be a pickle right there, the green thing. And then there were straws filled with chocolate. And hold on for a second. Plantation Dainties right there were manufactured by the Plantation Chocolate Company right here in Philadelphia. And so I grew up eating these things, stealing them out of the candy dish and having sticky pockets and sticky hands in church. You know, I can taste that fish right now. I know exactly what he tastes like. So a cute mid-century tin of candies. And sticking with mid-century, this is a real mid-century shape. I'm not sure if it's a homemade ceramic. It looks like it's got somebody's initials on the bottom. M-E-M. But that's definitely a mid-century shape. I think I had one of these last year. It's in really good condition. Yes, it is. And of course, this is going to make a lot of people tear up, possibly. How about the jewelry that our mothers and grandmothers wore on their coats during the Christmas season? Now, all four of these are going to go together. And so this is just very inexpensive costume jewelry. All right. And I imagine some of it is marked. Get my magnifying glass out. I'm familiar. I think it's Weiss or Weiss. I guess it's Weiss. I don't know if any of these are Weiss or not. I don't know much about costume jewelry. But I did look at them closely, and I don't see that any of the little fake jewels are missing from any of these. And I'm not quite sure of the age. It could be the 1960s, 50s, 60s, 70s. That's an unusual wreath. That's got something on it, but I can't read it. And then this Christmas tree. It only has those three, two green and one red. I don't see any. I look very closely. I don't see that anything has fallen off of it. So you're going to get all four of those Christmas pins in focus in one lot. All right, you saw this before. I had to clean her up, and she's in good shape now. I had a lot of folks say we had that in the 50s. So a lot of you grew up with this on top of your tree. She's hard plastic. That's where you stick it on the top of the tree. And then you put a light bulb in there. You can either hang her on the wall. See, there's a place there where she could be hung. Now, I don't have an extra one of the light bulbs with the electrical cord that you stick in there. So I'll let you take care of that, but of course you can go out and get them for $5 or $6 at the craft stores. I won't mention which craft store because we don't have Hobby Lobby in my area. I always hear people say Hobby Lobby, but we don't have one around here. So I think we have Michael's, AC Moore, and something called Joann's Fabrics. But you can find them. I think they even sell them at Lowe's or Home Depot. We'll sort of cheat and stick her right here on this one to give you the effect. With a really bright light bulb, her wings just absolutely light up. So she's gorgeous, and she's from the 50s. There's an Anchor Hocking, a big Anchor Hocking forest green punch bowl. I don't know if anybody wants it. It's just the punch bowl, no base, no punch cups, but boy, you could put a lot of rice pudding in that. And let's not forget figgy pudding. I don't believe I've ever had a figgy pudding. All right, let's get some of this stuff out of the way. Then back here by Hazel Atlas is the ubiquitous Tom and Jerry punch bowl and mugs. These came in so many different designs, and Anchor Hocking made them too. But this is the big Tom. This is the big. Oh, I just said it. Hazel Atlas. So it's a nice, great, big 9-inch punch bowl. You're going to get a lot of eggnog in that. Or the drink, Tom and Jerry. You guys know it's not the cat and the mouse, right? I like these because they almost look like mugs. Tom and Jerry. So I like those a lot. Put this back down. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the punch cups, and this is really nice. If you're being vintage and trying to recreate the 50s, you got to have a Tom and Jerry punch bowl set. You just have to. Now down in front here, we've got these little, what are they called? Not curtain climbers, candle climbers. And these are not a soft ceramic. They're actually a pretty good porcelain. And so what's great about these two, there are no chips or cracks on either one and no repairs. Nothing. I checked. No little heads broken, no sprained ankles or chipped off elbows. They're all in great shape, except somebody put glue on their little bottoms and then they sat in some sand. So you're going to have to pick all that off. It's some kind of, we can see Japan underneath it. Let me get up here. You can, okay. So it's some kind of glue. I started to pick some of it off, but if you get some type of a, so you can see there's just, it's glue. Someone glued these down on something and didn't use them as candle climbers or candle huggers. So you're going to have to try to get that glue off of there if it bothers you. And oh, it might not bother you, so we'll just put them back down there. And then I have, so these are marked Japan. And then over here are the, what are these? The candle holders. And I have gone over these, studied them very carefully. And this one is undamaged. This one, the wings came off and they were glued back on, but they were glued back on very well. You'll never even know it. You can see a little bit of glue under there. Maybe you can see there. You'll have a better idea if you look at the pictures on the auction site. But they snapped off and were glued back on. I think when you study these, it looks like the wings were made separately and attached anyway in the factory. So her wings are glued back on, but you don't really see any problems other than that. Could be a lot worse. And I think these are Commodore, yes. Commodore Japan. So we'll ask these angels to just, well, I guess they're not angels. That's the bell choir. We'll get the bell choir out of the way and bring forward this wonderful spaghetti Santa, and he is in excellent condition. Again, I have looked at him very carefully. His mustache is perfect, no chips on the edge. The spaghetti appears to be all there. His hat is in good shape. We don't have any cracks back here except a lot of crazing. There is Merry Xmas. And I'm not going to get into Merry Xmas. I'm not going to get into it at the moment because it takes too long. But it is not a pejorative term. If you go do some research and read up on the origin of Merry Xmas, I've heard people say, oh, they're trying to take Christ out of Christmas, and that's not really the origin of Merry Xmas, at least not from what I've been able to read. And good wishes over here on this side. And some felt on the bottom. And this is I'd put candy canes in there. What say you? But he's fantastic, and he comes in his wonderful old box. You see, we can put him right back. I guess he goes in sideways like that. You know, that reminds me. You remember on the Munsters they had that elevator, not elevator. They had a telephone. Lily would pull the string, and the casket would come out from the wall. I don't know why this reminds me of that. Isn't that awful? But I just had that thought, sticking him in there like that. Get him out of there. Now here's a wonderful little angel in front, in her choir loft. And she has a light bulb there. And this is a little choir girl, choir angel with her wings. And we can turn her off right here. Okay, that's that. Now there is damage on this. None from the front. You don't see any problems in the front. Her head, her wings are all, everything is in good condition. But if you look closely, there is a chip. If you look closely, there's a chip right there, which is not very noticeable. And the other issue is that the top of her body was broken off of this thing, and she was glued back on. I think they did a good job. You know, I don't like buying damaged things, but this was a cherished Christmas decoration in someone's family, and someone took the time to glue her back together. We can see here it was a pretty strong break, but they glued her back in. They did an okay job gluing her back in. You don't really see much from that side at all. And it's a solid job there with the glue. It's not going anywhere. Put all different colored light bulbs down inside. Turn that back on. But I hope that she will find her way into someone's home who will cherish her, even with her broken chair that she's sitting in. Well, okay, I think we've talked about everything. Let me stand back up and hopefully my knees won't crack. There we go. Well, that's it, everybody. Okay, so who knows what this set is right here. I hope you enjoyed this little trip to Christmas past. And as I said, I'm going to get busy tonight and start listing. But if you don't see anything in the Old Curiosity Shop, just come back on Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. It'll all be listed. And maybe you'll find something to take into your home this Christmas. Okay, that's it. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching, and so long for now.